Hi, in this week's video, I'm going to be comparing the differences between the cycling workouts on the Peloton app and Apple Fitness Plus. I'll talk about the equipment needed, the price, the quality of the workouts. I'll also talk about the instructors, a couple of things that you might not have considered. And finally, I'll show you how to get Apple Fitness Plus at a third of the normal price. If you watch my videos, you will know that my channel is mainly focused on Peloton, but I promise to be completely impartial. Let's get cracking. It probably goes without saying that you're going to need a stationary bike. Now, if you've got one already, then just use that one. That's a great place to start. If you're thinking of buying one, I would recommend something like the JLL IC300 Pro. I'll link to that in the description of this video so you can go and check out the specs. I did 50 rides on that bike. It's got a really nice heavy flywheel. It's also belt driven and not chain driven, meaning there's less maintenance. And what's really important is it's super quiet. So the belt drive means that your breathing will be the loudest thing in the room. Nobody is going to hear the bike. Yes, you can put your phone or an iPad at the end of the bike, but if you want a really immersive experience, then I would suggest just go really big. The Peloton bike has a 21.5-inch screen, but you don't need to be restricted by that if it's your own setup. When I'm working out on my row, for instance, I've got a nice big 32-inch TV on a low-level TV stand here at the end of the rower, and it's a really good experience. In this case, I'm just using my phone and an Apple AV cable to go straight into the television. So if you're able to, just get in front of the biggest television you can. In this case, I've got an Apple TV box behind the television, and I'm using either the Peloton app or the Apple Fitness Plus app. When it comes to the apps themselves, the Apple TV app is really slick. So at the top of the screen here, you've got a banner which goes across, and this is suggesting workouts that you might like to do based on ones you've done previously. I haven't done dance before, I promise. But if the suggestion there isn't right for you, then you can just go straight down into cycling, and you can filter here. They've got a really simple filtering system. You can either see all the workouts, or you can filter by trainer, duration, and music style. On the Peloton app, it's not quite as slick, but all the information is there. So if I go down to cycling, see all the classes here that are coming up. So here are live classes, which Apple Fitness Plus doesn't have. And then you've got a selection of classes here. Now, if I filter them, the time options are a lot more extensive. But I think for most of us, we're probably looking at a 20, 30 or 45-minute ride, aren't we? Class type is also, there's a lot to choose from here, almost too much sometimes, but you've got stacks of options when it comes to class type. Peloton have got a lot of instructors. Let me quickly count them. So there's 21 different cycling instructors to choose from, compared to Apple Fitness TV, who have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like Apple, you can also sort by music, but you can also sort by the newest class, the trending, popular, top rated, easiest, which is really good if you're new to all this, and hardest. You can also bookmark classes and come back to them. I think you can do this in Apple Plus, but I can never work out how to do it. And if you've already taken a class, you can just go classes not taken by me, so you always get a fresh class. So lots more choice isn't necessarily a good thing. So if I was going to critique either, I would say that Apple could have just a couple more options, maybe 1 or 2. And then Peloton have almost got too many options. And by that I mean, to start an Apple workout, you just go in, this is how I do it, I go in, I pick a 20-minute ride, and it brings them up, and I just start a ride. With Peloton, sometimes I can be there for minutes before I even just start a ride because the choices are just too extensive. One advantage, and it might be a big advantage for you or not, is the amount of classes. So if I click on 30-minute classes, I can see on Apple Fitness Plus at the top here, I've got 66 workouts to choose from. For the vast majority of people, I would say that's plenty. If I click on a 30-minute class on the Peloton app, there are literally thousands to choose from. I think it's over 3,000. I'll put it on the screen next to me. When it comes to the quality of the workouts, they're both excellent. I would say the Peloton instructors have a little bit more rah-rah about them, a bit more enthusiasm, they're a bit more jacked. However, if you look at the studio here, so this is the new London studio, I mean, it's as dull as dishwater, isn't it? It's bordering on shocking. This is Peloton, and this is the best background they can come up with. The US studios are better. The mirror, I think, works really well because it's almost like there's two people there. And you can see in the background here with the bikes, when people are allowed back in the studio, there's going to be a really good class type atmosphere for these rides. When you look at the Apple studio, it just looks a lot fresher, a lot brighter. What you probably can't see is that this is in 4K, where I think the Peloton app is 1080p, but don't quote me on that. But from where I'm looking, it is certainly a lot clearer. And what Apple do that Peloton don't is they'll always have several instructors in a class. So it creates not only a class atmosphere, there's lots of familiar faces working out on the bikes too. Apple, which is probably no surprise, seem to have access to a bigger library of music as well. So you'll get fresher music and a wider variety of music with Apple. Now, I want to talk about the production values. So these are much higher than Peloton. It's worth noting though that Peloton are producing more workouts in a day than Apple are producing in a week. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but what I am saying is that these look better, but there's less to choose from. At the end of each Apple workout, you get this screen, which is brilliant. So it shows you your active calories, your total calories for the day, along with the workout time and your average heartbeat, average heart rate. It also shows you where you are in the pack. Now, interestingly, I have just been filming and setting up. I have not done any cycling, but I've still managed to be in the middle of the pack. I never quite get this pack thing. I don't know if it just needs a bit of work or that people aren't just working very hard. I've noticed on the rower, when I do rowing workouts, sometimes I can be going really hard, hell for leather, and I'm kind of at the back of the pack. I just don't understand it. You also get your rings that would appear on your watch at the top of the screen as well. The integration here, apart from this pack thing, is just excellent. Now, one thing you can't ignore between the two is the price. So Apple Fitness Plus is $9.99 a month, whereas Peloton is $12.99. So that's 30% more. However, the difference is bigger than that, or can be bigger than that. Peloton is just $12.99 a month, which is $155 approximately for the year. Now, if you buy an annual subscription to Apple Fitness, it's only $79.99. So $79.99 versus $155. Apple Fitness wins hands down if you buy the annual subscription because it's nearly half the price of the Peloton subscription. And that price difference is just far too big to ignore. When it comes to the Apple Fitness Plus trainers, they've got the same energy, but I'd say it's in a slightly calmer way, if that makes sense. So I'll happily work out with either the Peloton or the Apple Fitness instructors, but they do feel slightly different. So if you're affected by noise, I can't think of a better way to say it, then Apple Fitness Plus will be better for you. There's just as much energy in a calmer way. In conclusion, for a great, fun, cheap workout at home, Apple Fitness Plus is for you. But if you like live classes and want to drill down into every single aspect of your ride, you want a little bit more of a kind of like an enthusiastic push and thousands of classes to choose from, then Peloton is probably the way to go. Well, I hope you found this video useful. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. See you next time.